So it's Janice here, and I'm doing it on my phone instead of on the computer. So if anybody's got any questions, if you can pop them into the Facebook page, and hopefully I'm going to be able to see them up on my computer as well. So where are we today? Wow, the world's in turmoil. We've got to decide what we want to do so that we can create a better life for ourselves. And so in the end, it is up to us that has the control over our own lives. So just while we're getting started, I just sort of want to share a couple of things that we sort of know. I mean, we look out of every turmoil that has happened in the world in the past. We've also always come out with some clarity, and that's what's happening now. We're deciding what we don't want, and we can then create a better life for ourselves. So that's the whole essence of what's happening here in the world right now. So besides what's happening in the physical world, we've also got things happening in the cosmos. So we've got 3 eclipses that are happening in June and July as well. We've got the 5th of June, so for me in New Zealand, that's tomorrow. We've got the 21st of June, and we've got another one in July. Now, we know for ladies, most of us, we are affected by the moon at certain times of the month and things like that. So it does make a difference. And so when we've got everything happening out in our physical world and in the cosmos and the spiritual, it just gets us all out of balance. And so one of the things that we can do is just find out how can we get ourselves on balance the quickest and the easiest. And one of the things is walk in nature. And if you can do it with bare feet, that's better, because you're actually grounding to the earth. So what we're going to be talking about is how we can live that life. And so when we look at who the essence of who we are our soul, our inner self, that is connected to God, divine, whatever you want to call it. But that's our intuition that we all have, and the men like to call it gut reactions. But it is within us. We have also our heart. Now, our heart is also, the latest research shows more and more how that is controlled, or not controlled, how it is aligned to our brain as well with making decisions. So our heart has got a lot of emotion in it. And so we want to be able to get that aligned, our soul, our heart aligned. But then to be able to do that, we've actually got to work on our thoughts as well, because our thoughts are actually what is controlling our life right now. Our thoughts are deciding whether we're going to have positive thinking or negative thinking. If we've been brought up with negative thinking, that's a lot of the time the way that we think, because we look at all the things going wrong and saying, look, it's proof that this is happening and the world's no good and there's all these things happening. Whereas if we learn to think differently and change our thinking and think, okay, there is stuff happening we don't like, what can we do to change our lives to make our life better? Because as we do that, we filter it out to our friends and our family as well. So we've really got to control our thoughts. Now, ego, bless its cotton picking little souls. So, I mean, our ego will do its darndest to help us make us fail. So what we've got to be able to do is walk through with authenticity and learn how to be able to control our thoughts so that we can do that. And I've got Gareth here. I'm just not quite sure. I got a little message from Gareth. So hello, Gareth, if you're on this live, or has it just come up on my phone? I'm not quite sure. So what we're trying to do is we've got our soul, we've got our heart, we've got our mind thinking positive, and then we take the action. Now, what we're really wanting to do is get all those things walking down the same track, because what happens is that goes that way, that goes that way, that goes that way, and we are split. We are split in our energy. We don't know what we want, and we're wondering why our life is in turmoil. So our job is to get all of those things aligned, and let me assure you, it is a journey. But if you've got things in your life that you don't like now, that's the starting point, because that means that you have made a decision. You don't want that anymore. Now the next decision is how to improve those things and to get what you want in your life. So kind of it's like, well, what about the future now? Because we've got things happening, like you may be feeling depressed, anxious. I've got a whole lot of, I'm a writer and a speaker, so I always take notes. Don't feel confident. Maybe you're in negative relationships, doubt, clarity. It's like, well, what's happening in the world? What can we do about it? You know, I mean, maybe you had a dream before, you know, 6 months ago, 3 months ago, and now the world has turned upside down and you're wondering how on earth you're going to be able to survive in the future. And so there's the lack of clarity, because the world has changed. The world is never, ever going to go back to how it was. And we're all thinking differently. Even Okay, I've just had that. I'm not quite sure if I'm still live or not, because we've had something come up about the internet. Fingers and toes crossed, we're still live. So out of all this is like this huge heaviness over top of us, and it sort of can, you know, it's like, you know, there's a big block over our shoulders, and we can stick in the negative energy as well. And so for us, it's about how do we move on from that, and that's a decision that you've got to make for your own life. And some of the things that we can do, and I'm going to share some things with you shortly. So the fear of what's going to happen in the future in your life, in my life, in the life of our children, in the life of our grandchildren. Is all about what is the thing that you have got control of. Now, you've got no control of what's happening out in the world. It's happening. But you have got control of it, how you react to it. So when we look at the fear, we see that we don't like it, we don't want it in our lives. So what is the thing that we can do that is opposite, that makes the world a better place? So some of the things, and I'll just share, I mean, we're on Facebook now, so I'm on flicking through Facebook as well, and so I'm hearing lots of the negative things that are happening. So our choice is, do we buy into that, or do we send and like a quote that is positive about love, about nurturing, about you know, helping each other, about being kind, because there's an awful lot of those things that are happening in the world as well. So your personal decision is, which way do you want to go? Down the negative road, or do you want to go down the positive road? So that's your starting point. So it's like, I don't like the life that I'm living now. What do I want to create in the future? And part of that is when we talked about your inner guidance and your soul, that's guiding you. That's, you know, you've been nudged. And if you've come to my Success Attitude Empowerment page, that's what I say. The universe knows that you want some answers, and the universe sends the answers to you. So whether you call the universe God, divine, ascended master, spirit, guides, angels, it doesn't matter. You've got something you want an answer to, and it gets sent to you. Your job is, now you've joined that page, there's lots of positive information, because I'm a teacher, I've been guided to do this work. Now your job is to then take the next step and the next lot of different action that you need to take to be able to create a life that you love. So let's say that you're not very confident about the future. Let's say you're not very positive about the future. Let's say that you're caught up in fear and you're lonely and you're depressed. Go the opposite to that. Go the opposite way and say, I want to be positive. I want to be confident. I want to know what my future is going to involve. And I want to be with friends rather than being lonely. I want to have good relationships. We're on track here, girls, because I got goose. I know I'm going to just divert. I get goosebumps on my right leg when we're on track. So I'm getting a little message from Divine up here. Chaps are channeling through me. So that's you going in the opposite direction to decide what you want to do. So it's then taking the steps to be that person. You've been nudged. Your soul, your inner spirit is guiding you, urging you. You want to feel good. You've got to change your thought patterns now to be able to take that positive action. So everything that's kind of gone, you know, your soul, your spirit, your mind and your body, all going to, you want to be able to bring them closer and closer and closer, so you're walking down that track in your life. That's when you are in perfect alignment, and that's when you're going to have the very best life that you have, because you are. You understand yourself. You know your personality. You know how to empower yourself. You are empowered. You are using your gifts and talents that make you happy. You are living a life that you love. You are doing things that are making a difference. You are in positive relationships. You are doing everything in your life and living your dream life. So it's getting all of those things aligned. So right now, it's making a decision. If you've got a piece of paper, pen and paper, just write down yes or no. Am I willing to change? Yes. Do you want a better life? Yes. Are you ready to learn something? Yes. The more times you say yes, the more the universe knows that you're ready to do something. And the more times that you take action to engage in activities that are going to make you feel better. And as I say, even if it's writing a positive quote on Facebook and sharing it with your friends, that's a positive action. And it makes you feel good, And every time somebody reads that and likes them, it also lightens up their heart. It makes them feel better. So it's a very little thing, you might think, but it's actually, as it filters out in humanity, that's making a difference. So that's what we're looking to do. That's what we're wanting to do, to get to the real you. The real you, not the person that your family think you should be, or the boss has got you being, we're not doing something that you really love. You've actually got to make those decisions, because your life is your life. Nobody else in the world has got your fingerprint. Mine's got a whole lot of dents in it. But, your uniqueness is learning your soul journey and your personality to be able to align to the best version of yourself. And so some personalities are the caregivers, and we look at what's happening out there right now in the world, and it's all the people that are the nurses and the doctors are spending so much of their time and energy saving the world. And that's fantastic, and they love doing it. And we've got to understand that for them, that's who they are, but then also what can we do to help them, which is why a lot of the things are happening around the world with fundraising and things like that. So your job in this lifetime is to be the best version of yourself. Follow your soul journey. What do you want? What do you feel that you should be doing? Within you, there will be some answers that will have popped up to those questions. Because within you, there is an either yes, you've got an idea, or no, I don't know. So then you have to go exploring that idea. That's what I do in my Positively You program, because it's how do you know who you're supposed to be when you've just been a mother, a sister, a daughter, a partner, somebody, and you've kind of gone on the journey in life, but you're not really feeling happy and fulfilled right now. You're not feeling on purpose. You kind of, maybe you're on your own now, maybe, I don't know, maybe you're in a marriage that's not working, maybe you're in a job you don't like, but who is it that you want to be? If you could write down 3 or 4 or 5 words of who you would want to be, would positive be one of them? Would happy be one of them? Would successful be one of them? Would confident be one of them? You decide on those words, and then you've got to learn how to be that. Now, I think I wrote it in my last, if you got my last email, I was writing about all those things. If you want to be that person, you've actually got to learn how to be that person. Let me assure you, when I started my journey 30 years ago, 30 years ago, I guess, actually it was probably before them, I had a false face. So the world saw a smiley face. Inside, my soul was dying and crying because I wasn't being the real me. I had been bullied 18 years ago. I was now in a relationship that was bullied because where I was being bullied because I didn't have the skills, and I was too much of a peacemaker, and I was unempowered, so I didn't know how to change it. So that's okay, because I had to learn I didn't like that so I could make the changes. So the person you see now is a person that has been learning for 30 odd years. The reason I did it, because I had 2 beautiful daughters who had to learn how to have a better, happier, positive life than the one I was sharing with them right then. So, I can thank my lucky stars that I stepped up because of my daughters. Easy peasy. They were kind of like the motivation. If I was in a negative place, in a negative relationship, that's how they would think that the world would be. Whereas if I gave them a positive life, then that's how they would think the world is going to be. So your job is to decide who you want to be and actually learn the things to become that person. So let's have a look. You've decided what you don't want. You've decided what you do want. Now what? You've got choices again. Choice A. Choice A. You stay where you are. You do nothing. You stay fear. Now, your comfort zone is around you here. And to move out of your comfort zone, you've actually got to have some courage, be determined, have a dream. And even if that dream is that you want to do something better or have a better life than you've got now, that is still a dream. It doesn't mean to say you know everything you want, but it's a dream that you want to have a better life. You want to have an exciting life. You want to have a life where you feel good. You want to have a life where you're making a difference. Because all of that is part of your dream, and that there's your soul urging you upwards. Now, if you choose choice A, you stay there. If you choose choice B, it means you've taken the leap. You've walked up the stairs. You've gone up the next rung of the ladder. You've said to the universe, yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready to learn to move out of my comfort zone. Yes, I'm ready to learn how to be more confident. Yes, I'm ready to learn how to be positive. Yes, I'm ready to be a better influencer in the world. So then you've actually said yes versus no, because when you say no, everything stays the same. When you say yes, you get the next snippet of information. So the universe doesn't give you everything at once. My God, if they did, we'd be overeating, and we'd be have too many people in our lives and too much money. Well, and then we'd be giving it away. But the universe gives you one step, you do that, and you say yes. They give you the next step, you do that. They give you the next step, and you do that. So it's like walking up that rung of that ladder. So what I want you to think about is that everything that's happened in the past in your life, everything, good, bad, or indifferent, is an opportunity for you to learn something. Now, maybe you've been in relationships like I was, where you were bullied. Part of that was our lesson in life. Once I realized, I made a decision to learn some new skills. I learned I needed to boost my self-esteem. I didn't even know I had self-esteem. So if you haven't done that exercise, go on to the Facebook page, and you will find in there, or put a message up there and say you're looking for the quiz. It's on my YouTube. It's also on the videos on the right-hand side if you scroll through it. But the thing is, we don't know what we need until we kind of go searching for it. We know we know we think negative. We know we don't feel confident. We know we're not happy. That's fine. But it's like, then, well, what do we need to do to make us happy? So for you, choice B is you're moving out of your comfort zone and you're saying yes to the universe. Then every time an answer comes along, then it's deciding whether you take action or not. Because if you do, you move up another step. If you want to feel good, you've got to learn the skills to feel good. You can do little things. You can plant flowers in the garden. That's wonderful. You can go and play music like I do, and that's wonderful. So you have all these little snippets, like 10 minutes here or an hour here in your life, or 3 hours here. I'm with family. I've gone to the beach or something. So you can have little snippets of your life that you feel happy. But what we're looking for is you to be happy 24/7. You to be happy all day, not a bit there, and a bit there. So when you're doing that, you've aligned to the very essence of who you are. You're bringing the best version of yourself to the world. You are creating the boundaries that you need. So you're not looking after everyone else. They're still in your life, but you say, I can't do that today. I will come and help you tomorrow when it's more suitable for you. But you've learned how to be able to create boundaries so that you can walk down your path. So everything is your path now. Yes, there's people there. Yes, you still need to negotiate and compromise. Yes, you still need to be able to communicate. But your job is to be the best version of yourself, because nobody else can offer the world what you've got. And that's who you're looking for. That's where you're going to be the happiest. That's where you are going to, because you're happy and you're using your gifts and talents. And my gift and talents is, obviously, I've got the gift of the gab, and I'm a teacher. And I'm also an oracle, which I'll share with you in a moment. And bring all that to the world. It makes me happy. It also makes other people happy. I'm a teacher. So what I'm doing is making me happy and making the world happy. What I'm teaching you, wanting to teach you, is how you do that for yourself, so you go out to the world and do the thing that's going to make you happy. Because as you do that, you are the one person that's making a difference in your sphere of influence. It may be in your classroom, it may be in your work, it may be in your community. But that's what we're looking for. So what have we got? We've done the relationships, not good. We've got a job we don't like. So if you don't like your job, and when I do this in my course. I love this. I do it everywhere I can. It's personalities. When you understand yourself, you understand how your job aligns to your personality. And I remember one time at a course I was running, it's calling about difficult people. We did the personality, and this lady came along, and she had not a little, but she had on I think it was leopard skin shoes, a black skirt, a lime green top or something. I mean, really out there clothes, and which I read personality, so I knew she was a peacock. She had Hi ladies, if you, I lost the internet when the alarm went off, so with all the technology, what I just wanted to carry on with about was carrying on with the, where I was with the jobs and the confidence and things about the things that you don't want. So basically what we're looking at is that if you have got no confidence, you need to learn how to have that. If you have got a negative mindset, you need to learn how to think positively. Basically what we're looking at is that you're going to feel good 24/7, and instead of say feeling good 2 hours a day, we want you to feel good 24 hours a day. And so you're removing the emotional pain from your life, and you are aligning to the best version of yourself. Now, emotional pain also means that it can result in physical pain as well. So the better you feel about yourself, the better it's going to be that your health is going to be. So where are we now? We're wanting to combine mind, heart, body and soul in alignment. And my work as an oracle is also aligning my mind, body, heart and soul. Now what that means for you is that I channel. I mean, I was channeling before when the guys were giving me some messages to say that we're really on track. So my work as an oracle means that if I'm doing working with somebody on a course, I will get messages for them as well. So it's from a divine God source, which encapsulates everybody from spirit guides to angels to God to ascended masters and everyone in between. So they want you to step up as well, because we've got the divine feminine energy coming up. It's a time of basically just aligning the world, or putting the world into a better space with more love and peace in there, which we're needing because of all the turmoil that's happening. And in that, it's like every woman is being invited to empower herself, to step up. And the reason that it's for the woman is because we are the mothers of our children. We teach our children. If they see us, like if my daughters had seen me in negative relationships, that's what they thought, how relationships would have been. They saw me in a positive environment, they're very positive. So as mothers, as women, we are here to be able to bring some stability and some more love and peace and balance into the world. So your job now is to decide who you want to be, how you're going to live the life that you want. Now, one of the things that I'm offering out now to people is I have got a group program that I'm putting out there. The reason I'm doing it is because I'm nudged to do it. The universe wants as many women as possible to step up. And so in the stepping up process, it means you've got some lessons to learn, some new skills to learn, to understand what happened in the past was the past. We're here now today, and we want to move forward to create a better future. So in the course that I've got, it's a Positively You, Positive Future, I think I'm going to call it, just changing the name a wee bit. What I'm offering is a 67% discount. The reason because that is I'm now going to do it as a group rather than individuals. I'm looking for 4 ladies that are aligned to this. 4 ladies actually want to make a change in their life. 4 ladies that are ready to be part of a group and create a new community for the 4 of those ladies, because they will be sharing. And it's wonderful because it's a very safe environment to do that. So what we're looking at is your life purpose. If it's finding who you are, finding what you can do in your community, that makes you the happiest. That's who we're looking for, and that's where you're going to have the best and most fulfilling life that you can have. So no more negative emotions. We're going to leave those. We're going to understand what's happened was I needed to learn that lesson, and we're going to move forward to positive emotions and a positive mindset, and moving you more and more towards your full alignment, so you can have the dream life that you really want. Whatever it is that you want, you can start creating it. But it all starts with this. It all starts with saying yes to the universe. So if you're interested in being one of the 4 ladies in this upcoming group that I'm doing, I'm going to put the link on my Facebook page. There will be the replay of this. I'll see if I can merge the two videos together again. And let me know. We're going to be starting it next week. It's coming up because we've got lots of changes. So I hope you've enjoyed this tip. Please put any questions that you've got on the Facebook page. And if you're interested in being part of the 4 in that group, give me a call. I've put the success strategy call up there. I'll explain how it works. It's a fantastic, I can assure you it's a fantastic deal. But I'm looking to do that. But I am being nudged to be able to make this more affordable, to work in a group so that we can get as many women as we can up, making the world a better place as well. So thank you for listening. I hope you've got some ideas of the things that you have to do. And please post your questions on Facebook. essentially this is to help you create a more positive future for yourself, so that you're not just going to be second guessing or hoping that things are going to be okay after this global turmoil. You're going to know what's going to happen because you're creating the positive life for yourself. So it's a one-time offer because of what's happening around the world. We've got divine feminine energy happening as well, and so it's about all of us stepping up. So it's a savings of $2,000 for you, because I'm doing it as a group program where I'm looking for 4 ladies to be able to come on board. So click the link, be quick. We want you in there if you want to, if you really, really, really are ready to want to make a difference in your life for yourself.